everyone, I'm Lori. Welcome back. What if you happen to stumble upon a really good deal on a bag of bulbs? You know, daffodils, crocus, you name it. But like me, you garden in a zone where the ground is still frozen. Normally in this zone, fall is a good time to plant your bulbs. Then they have the winter to get cold, and that's what they need to germinate. Then they just wait for the first sun and warm temperatures of the soil in order to come back to life. Well, fear not. All you need is a container, and you can actually force those bulbs to bloom, if not a little bit early, at least on time. That was the subject of a garden club meeting that I just came from. Let me show you how it went.
So they need to be kept cold, somewhere between, they can't freeze, but you want them below 35 degrees is what I've read. Some people say 45, but 35 seems to be the consensus on most of the different things that I've seen. So this winter, in my opinion, my garage hasn't been cold enough most of the time. So then you can put them in your refrigerator, and that's perfectly fine. You just don't want them to freeze. And then the refrigerator you put them in, the big thing is you cannot put fruit in it, because fruit has a gas that it gives off, and that will make the bulbs not sprout.
Then if you have a container that doesn't have holes in it, put a little layer of rocks on the bottom. Then put some easily draining soil in it. And it's best if you have some bulbs that have the tall ones in the center and the smaller ones around the outside. If your container is deep, you can do what they call the lasagna method of bulb planting. And that's what I did. So you put a little bit of soil in the bottom. It has a drainage hole in the bottom. I put a daffodil in the middle, some of the smaller tulips around the outside, just kind of nestle them in there. Try to see if they aren't touching. You could have them closer than you would if you planted them outside. Then you put a layer of dirt on top of that, a good size scoop there. And from there, you put the smallest bulbs on top, whether that's crocus or small tulips or you name it. Just nestle those in on the top layer. And remember, the root plate, the flat part, goes on the bottom, the pointy end up. That's where you put them, all the way around your pot. So these will bloom and just let the foliage fade away naturally. And this whole pot will just work itself out somehow, and it'll be full of blooms. Don't worry about having to remove other layers once they're bloomed. Just let the whole pot fade naturally. Then you can plant them in the landscape if that's what you'd like. Now, the final layer is a top layer of soil, and you want to leave just a little bit of room there, maybe about an inch or so. See where the blue mark is on this pot? So I don't want to put soil all the way to the top or past that blue line, because I need to have some room for the water to soak in and not run off the top. So tamp it down, and I like to finish with a layer of small gravel up on top. That helps protect the blooms and helps prevent against digging creatures once these actually do take off. But I just keep this cold in the garage. I water it lightly once, and then I wait till the foliage comes up. And then I can water it again and either move it into the house or move it outside if the weather permits. But I just kind of put it in a cold place to store it, and I have an attached garage that keeps it nice and cold. But you know, there are all different kinds of ways to plant container bulbs. So if you have a container that doesn't drain, you can do a layer of rocks and just nestle the bottom part where the roots are. They have to stay moist, like see in that container, in that vase. That works too.
So while I wait for the rest of my bulbs to bloom here in the garden, that could be a little ways off, we can certainly enjoy the thought of making those plans for spring. And I don't know about you, but I'm sure ready. I look forward to seeing you soon. If you haven't subscribed, I hope you do. Like this video as well, and I'll see you soon. Bye.